welcome back to another Toddy Walnuts update video. And it's been a while since I had an update video. I've been doing a lot of collection overview videos lately. But it's because I feel like I don't really have a lot of worthy items to show you guys. I do have a lot of, I picked up a ton of VHS over the past month. This is a month and counting worth of stuff right here. So what I'm going to do is, this is probably going to be another long one. I'm not going to drag it out any longer than I have to. I'm going to break this into parts. Back here, I have clamshell VHS, which I'll go through probably first. And then I have like the cardboard sleeve VHS that I picked up here. Picked up a couple of vinyl records. This pile here in the front, these are new releases, or newer releases. Either pre-orders or things I picked up from Vinegar Syndrome, eBay, stuff like that. And this pile back here is another thrift shop haul. It's like DVDs, Blu-rays, box sets, stuff like that. I do have a figure I'm going to show last. I picked up from NECA. It's beautiful. I'll show you guys that. I also have a mask, a latex mask I'm going to show you guys. I'm pretty excited about it. I'll show that last as well. So, this is going to be a long one, guys. Sit back. I hope you enjoy it. And although I do have a lot of stuff here on the bed, I feel like it's kind of lacking quality. That's why I've been kind of dragging my feet about recording a new video. I know you guys like the new fancy shiny stuff with bells and whistles, but this is it for the newer stuff. So, all right, let's quit blabbing here. Let's get right into the clamshell VHS. Alright, so as you guys know, I do collect the Disney VHS clamshells, and I've been picking them up a lot recently, over the past year, more than ever, and it's because I've noticed that they're going up in price a little bit. I don't think these are ever going to be, you know, like people thought back in the day that they could retire if they sell their whole collection. It's never going to be like that. But for the price that these are fetching now, you can get them for anywhere from $1 to $2 or $3 a piece for some of these. I think eventually these will go up a little bit, and they'll probably be worth $10-15 a piece at some point when people kind of get that nostalgic feeling again, like same with vinyl records. But I'm not going to overdo it, and I do like to pick up some of the rare ones. Some of the I have doubles of these. But yeah, the Black Diamond, the classics. I'll pick these up if they're in good shape, good condition, and they're cheap enough. So I do have this one already. This is Robin Hood. This is another Black Diamond, Alice in Wonderland. And these are the titles I think they're going to probably be, you know, anywhere from 5 to 10, maybe even $15 at some point. So if I can get them for $1 now, that's cool. Here's one called Mummies Alive. It's an animation. Looks like it's kind of horror / action. Feature-length movie. Don't know anything about it, but I think I paid 50 cents for this one. It's a former Blockbuster rental. Looks like it's a little dirty. I will clean some of these up. Here's one that I did not have in the Disney collection. I'll be glad to add any new title to the collection that I don't have already. This one's called A Kid in King Arthur's Court. This was a great trilogy from my childhood, The Never-Ending Story. This is part 3. So this completes the trilogy. Now I do have the first 2 on VHS clamshell. So I did have this at one time and I sold it, but now I have it back again. Very good condition. Excellent movies too. Here's one that I have on Blu-ray from Criterion. This is another kind of a, I guess you would call this an adult cartoon, because there are some adult situations in this cartoon. There's a little bit of violence. I'm sure you guys have seen this before. If you haven't, check it out. It's a good movie called Watership Down. The animation is very good. It is gruesome. There are some violent scenes in this movie. It's definitely not for children. If you do let your children watch this, maybe watch it with them so you can kind of explain some things that happen in the movie. But it's definitely not for little ones. Here's one that I didn't have either. I had to pick this up. I did at one time have this movie, and this is the Buzz Lightyear of Star Command: The Adventure Begins. This is the animated, kind of a, I guess a soft sequel to the Toy Story series. Fun movie. Here's one I did not have. This one's called The Page Master, starring Macaulay Culkin. It's a live action with animation. It's a fun little adventure type movie. I remember watching this back in the day. And these VHS tapes are so cheap these days that it's very easy to grab these now. I wouldn't pay too much money for these. I wouldn't pay more than a couple bucks a piece for these. Here's one called March of the Wooden Soldiers. It's a Laurel and Hardy movie. The original Babes in Toyland. This one is in really good condition. I wouldn't say that this is exactly rare. You can probably find it on eBay for maybe a buck or two, or I'm not even sure. But it is rare to find movies like this out in the wild anymore. Not too many places are carrying VHS where you can go in and pick them up. Everything is pretty much done online these days. Here's Robin Hood. This is the gold collection. Not to be confused with the one I just showed earlier. This is the Black Diamond. So there were a couple of different editions of Robin Hood. And these are just doubles to add to my trade pile. Those are a little bit more rare. Here's one called The Parent Trap. I couldn't remember if I had this one or not. And I'm still not sure because I haven't gone downstairs to check and see if I have this one. But even if it's a double, it's not that big of a deal to me. These things are in like brand new condition. I think that was a 50-cent purchase too at one of the thrift shops I go to. Here's another one. I got this one for a buck. And I think this is like my fourth or fifth copy of this movie. And this is the banned, recalled cover of The Little Mermaid. Again, if you guys want to find out exactly why this was banned, I'm not going to talk about it here on the channel. You can easily Google it. Just put in The Little Mermaid banned cover and it'll tell you the story about why it was banned. Here's one that I thought I needed, but come to find out I did already have this one, and this is called The Land Before Time, The Stone of Cold Fire. These are really fun though. I'll be either trading this one or I may just give it back to the thrift shop because it was only, I think it was either 50 cents or a buck for this. I'll even double check if this is a better edition than the one I have, then I'll keep this one and trade the other one back in. This is in really, really good condition though. I mean, these are completely clean. There's no cracks or scratches or anything like that. It's really good. Here's one I thought was pretty cool. This is Rudolph and Friends. It has also has a Christmas Carol and a Care Bears cartoon. These are all holiday themed cartoons on VHS. I believe this was one that I needed as well. I don't know if I have this one already, and again, if I do, it's not a big deal to have a double. Keep the good one and probably trade in the other one. This is The Incredible Journey. Very, very nice. This one is not Disney, it's a Don Bluth picture cartoon, but these are fun too. This is called An American Tale, The Treasure of Manhattan Island. I did not own this one before. These are really, really good condition. This is one I did not own, I believe. This is Muppets from Space. I'll have to double check. I may have this on DVD, but I don't think I had it on VHS. Jim Henson Presents. The Magic is Back. These were always fun movies. I always enjoyed the Muppet movies, going back to my childhood. Here's another kind of an adventure type movie, kind of a different take on the Hunchback of Notre Dame story. This is called The Secret of the Hunchback. This is not Disney. It's another really good adventure type movie, also not Disney, The Road to El Dorado. It's a DreamWorks picture. Couple more clamshells here. We have another kind of like a little adventure type movie, Once Upon a Forest. You guys can tell the kind of movies I like. And the last one was a pretty good find, actually. This is still sealed. It's kind of sort of sealed. It's never been removed from the plastic. This is Bambi. This is the Black Diamond edition of Bambi. It's never been viewed. You can see that it's still sealed, but the bottom of it's kind of peeling off. It's never been removed from the packaging, but it is kind of tearing a little bit. And I suppose that'll happen to a 20-plus-year-old movie. It's been released 20 years ago. But I thought that was a really good find. I think I was $1 for that. Perfect condition, brand new. So that is it for the clamshells. Now let us get into the, I guess we'll get into the cardboard sleeve VHS just to get rid of those, and then we'll get into some of the better stuff over here. Okay, so here's part 2 of the video. It was only a few seconds for you guys, but it's actually been about an hour since I recorded the last piece. Something came up, but we're back to recording. So we're going to get into the cardboard sleeve VHS pile here. I feel like I scored pretty good, and most of these were 50 cents to $1, which it's very hard for me to pass these up. And I feel like I did pretty good. You guys comment down below and let me know what you think of the haul. These are going to be in no particular order. Just going to pull here from the pile. The first one is Bruce Lee in the Chinese Connection. I did put all these in plastic cases, and they look much better. When I buy movies like this out at the thrift shop, I feel like I'm rescuing them, bringing them home, and kind of giving them new life. I clean them up a little bit. Most of these I don't have to clean up very much. But I take a little dry paper towel and kind of wipe them down a little bit before I put them into the plastic sleeve, and they look really nice. And they should stay now for till I get rid of them, or till I'm gone from the earth. So that is one. The next one is called Fist of Fear, Touch of Death. Another Bruce Lee joint. Very glad to pick these up. Spider-Man. I haven't been impressed yet with a Spider-Man movie. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I love the anime. I love the comic books. The animation, I should say, not the anime. I always will love the Spider-Man cartoons, but I feel like the movies have kind of fell short for me. But that is the Tobey Maguire one from 2000. Was it 1? I don't recall. 2002, it looks like. I was close. Here is, I thought this was pretty cool. This is one of my all-time favorite movies. This is one of the movies I've seen the most out of any movie that I've seen. This one is up there with some of the multiple viewings I've had for a movie. This has got to be probably in the top 2 or 3. I've seen this movie many times. And I'll even admit, though, the first time I saw this movie, it was very confusing, and I wasn't the biggest fan of it upon the first viewing. But watching it multiple times, it's a great movie. It's so many good characters, so many good one-liners in this movie. This is probably this is my favorite Tarantino movie. But this is a demo tape. It says video box art may vary. I don't know if this is particularly rare or anything like that, but I thought it was different just to get a different kind of a cover and a different, a demo tape. I thought that was a pretty good thing, so I picked it up. I picked up another copy of The Abyss. This is a different cover. This is the first pressing of The Abyss. And this one does have kind of a little bit of wear and tear on the side. The box is still in good condition. It's just missing a little bit of the print due to the fact that it has a dark cover. But I do really enjoy this movie, and I think most of these were 50 cents, so can't really go wrong there. I picked up Beetlejuice. Yes, Beetlejuice, and now that I said it twice, I can't say it again, but this is a great family movie. I love Beetlejuice. Oh, there we go. I said it 3 times. I saw this in the theater. I've seen it many times since on different formats, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray. Very, very good movie. Very fun. Picked up Rocky 4. They also had Rocky 3 and Rocky 5 available, but they were in very poor condition. Didn't want to grab them. Even for 50 cents, I passed on them. This one was in pretty good condition, so I grabbed it. One of the better Rocky movies. I think this was the last of the good Rocky movies. Part 5 was crap. Even though I do love Tommy the Duke Morrison, I thought Part 5 was terrible. Part 1, 2, and 3 are the best. 4 was right up there. That's when he fights Ivan Drago. And even though Rocky was heavily outmatched by a much better athlete, a better specimen, a better boxer, of course Rocky wins in the end in dramatic fashion. Very good movie. Picked up The Lost World, Jurassic Park. These movies are pretty fun. I thought they got worse as they went along, but they're still fun to watch. Picked up Raising Cain. John Lithgow plays a psycho in here. You guys know the movie, I'm sure. It's been a while since I've seen the movie. I do have this on Blu-ray. And from what I remember, this is a Brian De Palma classic. And from what I remember, I believe John Lithgow's character was cheated on by his wife, and it made him snap, right? That's the guy, the other guy, I should say. If you guys haven't seen Raising Cain, I'm sure most of you have, but if you haven't, check that out. It's pretty suspenseful. Here's another Sylvester Stallone movie, First Blood. I love that cover. Clean this one up. It had a little bit of sticker residue up here. I feel like I gave it a second life. It's going to stay in my collection now. It looks beautiful. It's a great movie. Really like the way that turned out. These look a lot better with the plastic cases on them. It kind of makes them almost look high def. But this is really a very good cover. You can still see a little bit of the staining that was up there. I didn't want to rub too hard and start taking off some of that print. But I was pretty pleased how that turned out compared to what it looked like. That's pretty nice. Got a little stack of Schwarzenegger stuff here. I got End of Days. Special edition. Arnie, one of the best action stars of our time, especially in the 80s, 90s. The Governor. I'm not going to even try to do his voice. I'm not very good at that. Here's Total Recall, another good one. I had another Total Recall VHS. This is a different cover. Kind of a sci-fi with a little bit of horror elements, I guess. Not very horrific, but... And I picked up Eraser, and I have to admit, this is one I've never seen before. I don't know if it's any good or not. I'm sure you guys can tell me. Looks like that is the lovely Vanessa Williams right there. Yeah, it looks like it is her. She's beautiful. You guys will have to let me know if Eraser's any good. If so, I'll probably try to grab it on Blu-ray. Childhood favorite here, another one that I cleaned up a little bit. I had some stickers on it and it was a little dirty, but I went through and cleaned it up very nice, sanitized it. This is Puff the Magic Dragon, as made famous by Peter, Paul, and Mary in the 1970s. The movie came out in 1978. Very good movie. Very, very fun. Brings me back to my childhood. I used to watch this with my brother. Some more comedy cartoons here. This is 4 classic Three Stooges episodes. And you can tell this was sold for $1 back in the day. I picked it up for 50 cents however many years later. I don't know when this came out on VHS. But I thought that was pretty cool, and for 50 cents I grabbed it. It was in pretty good condition. This one's called Vanishing Wilderness. I picked this up because it was put out by Media. It was a 50-cent purchase, and the box was like brand new, man. It was like, you guys probably remember, maybe not, I don't know, but before there was Arrow Video and before there was Anchor Bay, there was a company called Media, and they were putting out some really nice releases back in the day. And I guess you could say Anchor Bay kind of took the torch from Media, and they started running with the VHS toward the tail end of the VHS era and into the DVDs era. The Anchor Bay went, but before that it was Media, and I picked this up. It's in very good condition. Don't think it's worth very much money, just sentimental for me. I picked up a couple of action movies here. This is called Five for Hell, starring Klaus Kinski and Johnny Garco. You guys probably know those names. They've been in many different genres of films, from spaghetti western to horror and to action movies. I was very happy to find this. This one's kind of hard to find out in the wild, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily rare, because I'm sure you can find these on eBay. But I think I paid $1 for this. I thought that was a great deal, and it's almost like brand new too. So whoever had it took really good care of it, maybe watched it a couple times and gave it to a thrift shop. Here's one called Dark Command. It's a John Wayne movie. Unfortunately, somebody wrote on there with permanent marker. But I picked this one up for 50 cents to add to my Western collection. And you can't go wrong with John Wayne, the Duke. One of the greatest of all time, in my opinion. Here's one called Dirty Heroes. And a fun fact about this movie, if you take out the ER, it's Dirty Hose. So there you go. You always learn something here on the channel. Yes, Dirty Heroes, starring John Ireland, Frederick Stafford, Kurt Jurgens, and Daniela Bianchi. Another kind of an action movie. Kind of rare. I'll probably never find this again out in the wild, so I grabbed it. It kind of looks like a low-buck horror piece here. This is called The Truth About Demons. You can see this was a Blockbuster rental. Had a youth-restricted viewing. Don't know anything about this movie. Looks like it's ultra low-buck. Right up my alley. That is The Truth About Demons. Here's a cult classic. This is Spinal Tap. And this is in very good condition considering it's solid black. I did clean it up a little bit. It was a little dingy, but these black covers are very hard to keep in pristine condition, especially the age of this, over 20 years old now. But I think it looks fantastic for its age. Special edition of this is Spinal Tap, cult classic comedy. This one was still sealed. This is the original The Mummy, Brendan Fraser. You can see that they had a couple of different prices on it over the years. I got it for $1. That upper right hand corner says $9.95, and then down below it says $4.99, and then I got it for $1. It's still sealed. I put it in a plastic case anyway. I wasn't the biggest fan of these Mummy movies, but the first one was entertaining enough, I guess. This one seemed like it was kind of rare. It's called the Sword and the Dragon. This is a Russian fantasy piece from 1958 in black and white. It was made in the USSR, about a hero fighting off the Mongol hordes with a magic sword, and it is dubbed in English. And it came out on VHS in 1986. This is kind of rare. This is a rare piece, and it's almost in brand new condition. I mean, it's as mint can get. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm fairly certain I'll never see this again out in the wild, so I grabbed it. One of my favorite movies of all time, and I believe to this day it's the highest rated movie on IMDb, and that is the Shawshank Redemption. Everybody knows the movie. Classic. One of the best ever made. Such a great story, great characters. And I saw it in very good condition, so I pounced on it, grabbed that. It's mine now. It's in my collection. Here's kind of a coming-of-age comedy, American Graffiti. George Lucas movie, right? Yeah, George Lucas. Starring little Ronnie Howard. Also has Cindy Williams from Laverne and Shirley fame. Also had Richard Dreyfuss, and Mackenzie Phillips was also in here. And Wolfman Jack was in here as well. And this came in one of these kind of a Anchor Bay kind of type of clamshell. Anchor Bay made those pretty popular, but there were other companies using these. So I picked that up. I had to grab it. Cult classic. Speaking of cult classic, we got the Dirty Dozen. Stacked with stars in this one. You got Lee Marvin, Ernest Borgnine, Bronson, Jim Brown, John Cassavetes, Telly Savalas, Clint Walker, and the list goes on and on. This is a great war movie. This is the unrated edition, 2 hours 30 minutes, 1967. This is a very good movie. I do have this on different formats too, and I feel like watching this. It's been a while since I've seen this, but it's a great movie. I really like Bronson's character in here. He's kind of like the tunnel rat. Picked up Robin Hood, and this is an animated classic. This looked really cool, so I picked it up. This is another one I cleaned up. It turned out really nice. After I cleaned it up, it was a little dingy, a little dusty. I wiped it down, I sanitized it, and it turned out beautiful. And these are other classic videos that you can get. You can see how on the back it's still a little bit dingy there in the back, but for the most part, a lot of that stuff came out. And you can see some of that old black and white animation. Love that stuff. So that is Robin Hood. It says it was an animated classic, a full-length animation in color. Even though on the back it shows black and white, here on the front it says it's in color. And I have not put this in to verify either. It says it's in color, so I have no reason to doubt them. But on the back it did show black and white. Here's another classic, one of my favorites of all time. And of course this needs no introduction. You guys have all seen this by now. Stand By Me, one of the best movies ever made. Another coming-of-age movie. Great story, great characters. Great one-liners. You guys all know about the train, and these kids are on a journey to see a dead body. You guys all know the story, and it's a coming-of-age tale of how these kids kind of grow up on this journey. One of the best scenes in the movie was Chopper, the junkyard dog. So that is Stand By Me, and I thought I was pretty lucky when I found this. This is Return of the Jedi, the special edition. And I picked this up early in the day, on the day that I bought this. This was at the first stop I went to that day out of like I think 3 or 4 stops. So this was purchased on the first stop, and then later on in the day I found the box set for the Star Wars trilogy, the original trilogy. So you get Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. And this movie is in this set. So I don't really need that one anymore. These are what the editions look like, if I can dump these out really quick. Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and both of these are in brand new condition. So I'll probably keep this as kind of a spare, but I was really tickled when I found this. It was $5, $4.99, which, you know, it's a little expensive for VHS, but considering there's 3 and then you get this beautiful gold box that it came in, I thought that was a great deal. So that was it for the VHS in the paper sleeves. So I'm going to put these away. I'll be back in 1 second for you guys. It's going to take me a little while to put this stuff away, but when I do come back, we'll get into the box sets. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so let us get into part 3 of the video, and this is going to be thrift shop box sets and DVDs that I picked up over the past month. The first 2 here are little miniature Disney clamshell replicas. They're made to look like the VHS clamshells, but what they are, in 1996, McDonald's was giving out these in the Happy Meals, I guess. I think there was 15 or 16 different box sets you can get. I picked up 2 of the Sword in the Stone. They had these at a thrift shop in my area. And this one's still kind of sealed. It has a plastic bag on it, but what it is basically is you open it up, it's a little cardboard box, and it has a character from the movie. And this is the Merlin from the Sword in the Stone. It's very, very cool. And like I said, I think they had about 15 or 16 of these total. You can still find these on eBay. I don't think they're terribly expensive, but if you get the whole lot, you're probably going to spend probably a good 60, 70 bucks, I think, to get all 15 or 16 of them. Some are a little bit more rare than others, but I thought this was pretty cool, and I'm going to put these downstairs with just kind of put them on display with the VHS downstairs. So I was very happy to find those. I hope I can find more. I'm not going to chase those, though. If I see them in thrift shops, I'll pick them up, but I'm not going to go out of my way looking for them on eBay or anything. The next one I got at a Goodwill, and this was $2. It's a DVD box set. There's 2 DVDs in there. It's an anime. I'm not familiar with it, but it was brand new, sealed from Bandai. 2-disc collector's edition of Towered the Terra, Part 1. They didn't have any other parts there, but they did have about 5 or 6 of these still sealed, so I grabbed one. I thought, what the heck, why not? I do love anime, and I do love animation, so I thought I would give this a shot for $2. If anybody knows anything about it, feel free to comment. It comes with the cool kind of a slip cover, and there's 2 DVDs inside. It's very heavy too. It feels nice. Good little collector's piece. Here's one that I never owned on Blu-ray. I've seen this movie many times. It's been on TV many times. I've seen it on VHS years ago. I don't even think I own this on DVD. I'd have to go and double check. But I picked it up at a thrift shop, still sealed, and that's Caddyshack, another great cast of characters. One of the best comedians of all time, Rodney Dangerfield. You guys all know the movie. I don't have to talk about it. But to get a Blu-ray still sealed at a thrift shop, grabbed it. Very cheap. Here's another one that was still sealed and very cheap. This is a DVD. This is called the Screen Legend Collection of Bing Crosby. The franchise collection. It's a very nice, thick, heavy box set here. And it just has some of Bing's best movies, I guess. It doesn't have a list on the back, so what I'll do here is I'll just peel this open really quick. Didn't want to spend too much time per title here. I still have, a little bit to show. I don't like going so fast that I kind of overlook things either. So let's see here. We got, kind of folds open like a digipack. And then on the inside you have, oh wow, this is pretty cool. It slides out. There's this outer sleeve here, this outer little box. And these are the movies. You get 5 films from the screen legend, Bing Crosby. You get Waikiki Wedding, Double or Nothing, East Side of Eden, If I Had My Way, Here Comes the Waves. And of course, Bing is one of the best crooners of all time. Thought he was a pretty good actor too in his day. So that's a pretty nice little set. Brand new, never used, never viewed. I think I paid $2 for that as well, $1.99. I picked up a fat pack of Disney's Tron. I didn't have this edition on DVD, so this is a nice addition to the Disney DVD collection. You guys remember these old fat packs? They have a swing tray. Comes with the insert, which is very important. If you're going to collect, you want everything that comes with the edition. And you get 2 discs. One is the movie, and one is the bonus materials, I believe. Yeah, special features, they're calling it. And it also had a little advertisement, buy 3, get 1 free. This DVD's probably 20 years old. But yeah, I picked it up. Still in very good condition. A nice addition to the Disney DVD collection. I have all these movies on Blu-ray. This is the Family Guy trilogy. These are the Star Wars movies, kind of Star Wars spoofs, I guess you want to call them. Let's do this with one hand. Yeah, I do have all these on Blu-ray, but I thought this box set looked really cool, and it was cheap enough. I added it to my DVD collection. You get Family Guy Presents Blue Harvest. You get Family Guy Something, Something, Something Dark Side. And Family Guy It's a Trap. These are excellent, by the way, if you guys are Star Wars fans. I'm sure most of you have seen these already. If you're Star Wars fans and you're a Family Guy fan, you definitely have to have those, or at least watch them. And I'm going to pause it just for 1 minute to kind of put this stuff away. And we'll continue. Okay, the next one was another thrift shop purchase. This is Wagon Train Going West. It's a 3 DVD box set. And this was sold as a used box set, but I was happy to see that the movies were still sealed on the inside. Still have the stickers and everything. And Wagon Train is another Western television show I grew up watching with my dad. And these are great stories, great characters. Everything about this show is really good. These are just episodes from this show. On each DVD you get 4 episodes. I believe they're about 23 minutes a piece, give or take, because you have to, put in the commercial time. Again, there's 4 episodes and another 4 episodes. So I got 12 episodes for, I think this box set was $4, $3.99. So I thought that was a really good deal. And the outer box is still pretty, $5, $4.99, not $3.99. So that's still a great deal. So I found a bunch of Seinfeld box sets at a Goodwill in my area. This is a show that I love. I've seen every episode many times. This is on TV, so you can't help but watch some of them sometimes. I never owned any of them for the simple reason that they were always on TV. But I felt like it was time to maybe put these in the physical media collection. And I was telling myself, if I ever do see these out at a Goodwill and they're in very good condition, I'll start grabbing these. Well, during this past summer, last year, I picked up season 1 and 2 together in one box set. So now I picked up season 3. I went through, and these are like brand new. Whoever turned these in really took good care of these. So it was high time that I bought these for the price and for this condition. I'm a little picky when it comes to buying used stuff, even though I've been going to a lot of thrift shops lately. I'm still very, very picky about quality. So now I have season 1, 2, 3, season 4. And these are some of the best characters ever in TV. even some of the secondary characters that you're not seeing here, like the Costanza's parents, Frank and Estelle, I think that was her name, Costanza, Jerry's Uncle Leo. I mean, there was some great characters in this show. And I love Seinfeld. For the longest time, it was my favorite sitcom. But over time, I think Everybody Loves Raymond kind of passed it up a little bit. I think the reason being is I saw this show way too many times. I think I overwatched it. So it's still in my probably top 5 for sure, Seinfeld. So that's season 4. I also got season 5. Come in these little thin discs, little thin packs there. And season 6. I think the show went up to season 9. It might have been 8, but I'm going to keep my eyes open. And they did have a season 7 at Goodwill when I picked these up, but season 7 was a little beat up and I left it behind. I didn't want to pick it up. So now I have season 1 through 6 of Seinfeld. Feel good about that. Another show I've watched probably a million times on TV. I think it's great, but I've never owned any of them on physical media until now. That is American Dad. This is volume 1. I'm going to start picking these up as well when I see them out there. They have to be in good condition though, and this one was almost brand new, so I had to. This one came with a bonus disc, and I think this is kind of like these are the deleted scenes and the scenes that were censored. They're going to be uncensored on this disc. So I thought that was pretty cool. That's the Family Guy, I guess. I thought it was American Dad, but it looks like it's the Family Guy uncensored deleted scenes. But this is a really funny show, and I'm glad to have volume 1 on DVD. And speaking of Everybody Loves Raymond, I purchased season 1 about I think last summer, and that one came in a red box set. It had like a red border. Same type of packaging though. It comes in like this heavy duty, almost like a digibook style packaging. Very heavy duty case. I like the way that these look, so I'm going to try to continue buying these box sets like this. But I bought the first season last summer. It was in brand new condition, so I was really happy to get that. And then recently I found season 2 and season 3, and I was very happy to get these, and especially in the condition that these are in. It's a 5-disc set, 25 episodes plus bloopers and deleted scenes, and these are some of the best characters in TV history. And again, it goes deeper than just the main cast, some of the offshoot characters and some of the family members and family members of friends in the show, and just, I mean, it's very in-depth. It's a very funny family-oriented comedy. I really enjoy it, and I love this packaging too. It's 5 discs. It opens up like that. You get kind of a chapter menu there, or episode menu, and whoever had these took really good care of these. It's almost like they were just opened now. I mean, there's nothing wrong with these at all. And that's season 2. Here's season 3. It's now a blue border. Same thing, you get 5 DVDs. This one has 26 episodes plus bloopers and deleted scenes. And again, you get the same. Listen, you can even hear that. It had kind of a crackle when it opened up, like it was brand new. I bet you somebody watched this maybe once and put it away. It's another show that's on TV quite a bit, so you really don't need to have these on physical media unless you're a collector, because it's on TV all the time. But I wanted to add this to the collection, so I've seen every episode multiple times of that show. Picked up a couple of horror movies. These are very low budget. This first one's called Venomous. These are low budget snake movies. Both of the movies I'm about to show you. The other one's called Python. These are something you'd see on the Sci-Fi Channel. Very low budget, very poor acting. But I wanted to grab it. It has the insert. Never saw Venomous. I think I do have Python, but I bought these for 50 cents a piece. These were at a, I think this was at Value Village when I found these two. Again, it's comes with the insert. That's always important. Even if you're buying cheap movies at a thrift shop, you still want the insert and everything. So a couple of snake movies to add to the, you know, creature feature monster movies. And we are going to get into the new releases that I picked up. We're also going to get into the American Werewolf in London figure. That's the Kessler Wolf. I just got that a couple days ago. And I picked up a couple records, and we'll get into that too. So stay tuned for that. All right, so moving right along, just going to slide these over for a minute. This is a Dollar Tree pickup that I forgot to show in the last video. This was a $1 DVD called Strange Nature. Looks like it's kind of a monster movie. Forgot to show it, but I thought I'd go ahead and throw it in on this update video. Looks like the movie came out in 2018, and you can tell just by looking at the back how low budget it is. But, you know, like I say in my videos, there's always fun to be had in these low budget movies. Just got to keep an open mind when you watch these. If you're going into a movie like that expecting it to be a blockbuster and have your socks blown off, you're going to be very disappointed. Here is a slipcover that they released from Vinegar Syndrome during Black Friday, which I picked up because I thought I had this movie already, which I did technically, but it was the Scorpion releasing Blu-ray of Don't Answer the Phone. So I had to go on eBay, see if I can pull this out without hurting myself here. Yeah, I went on eBay and I picked up the official Vinegar Syndrome release of Don't Answer the Phone. So now the two are happily wed. Till death do they part. And yeah, so that is that. Glad to finally put those two together. I actually had that for a while. I just didn't do an update for a while. Here's another eBay purchase. This was a little pricey because some of these double billings, some of these double features are out of print. I think this was limited to 1,000 and it sold out right away. So of course, once a movie sells out and the scalpers get their hands on a couple editions of it, you know, they put the price through the roof. But this one wasn't too bad. It's still sealed. I think I paid, I don't want to say what I paid for it, but it was under $50, which is crazy. But it's the Terror Within and the Terror Within 2. The Terror Within 2 was released by, I believe it was it was Code Red, I think. Code Red released the Terror Within 2. This is the Terror Within 1, which I did see years ago. I haven't seen it in a while. But this is the Scream Factory double feature. So that's another addition to that double feature collection that I have that's growing. There's still a few I want to get. There's a couple I won't get because they're too expensive. But I'm going to keep looking. You know, maybe I'll find them someday for the right price. Here's a movie that I pre-ordered from Best Buy. I believe that this sold out on pre-order from what I understand. This is the Halloween Kills 4K Ultra HD Limited Edition Steelbook, the Best Buy exclusive. I think these are going for well over $100 on eBay now. I think it was about $35 or $40 when it first came out at Best Buy on pre-order. And I think these probably are going more than $100 now. I haven't looked in a while, but you get two versions of the movie, a theatrical and extended with alternate ending. And believe it or not, I still have not seen the movie. And I'm having second thoughts about opening this because this is a collectible piece. I may just get the regular Blu-ray of this or the Blu-ray 4K Amaray case of it and watch it that way and keep this sealed as a collectible just because of how rare it is now. But it's a sharp-looking steelbook. I heard good things about the movie from friends of mine who told me about it without giving any spoilers. They said it's a fun watch. I like the 2018 Halloween a lot, so I'm looking forward to watching this one. Picked up a couple of releases from Sub Rosa Studios. Here, hold on a second. These also sold out right away. This one, I left little notes for myself. This one was limited to 100. It's sold out now. It's called Psycho Santa 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. I love holiday-themed slasher movies, especially Christmas movies. And this is Psycho 1 and 2, Psycho Santa 1 and 2. Very low budget, independent horror films, but hey, I'm glad to support the independent scene. I always will, always have been that way. I think independent filming is very important. And I'm glad to support Ron Bonk over at Sub Rosa Studios. And here is another. This one's limited to 200. This one's called Sister Krampus. Another holiday-themed horror movie. And these are both sold out. I believe they both sold out on pre-order. I know I've been sitting on those for a few weeks now. Like I said, I haven't done a update video in a while. Here's a little kind of an art card that he threw in with the releases. Just advertising some of his other movies that are available. War of the God Monsters and Monster Seafood Wars. That's a pretty cool little art card. And once I open up these movies, I'll tuck that away in one of those Blu-rays just to kind of keep it as a collectible. I also picked up, I can't remember who suggested it, but when I did my Code Red Blu-ray collection and DVD collection overview about a month ago now, I guess, somebody told me, why don't you pick up Blue Monkey? It's a fun movie, and it's one that I didn't own, so now I do. These are the same exact movie, just different covers, different titles of the movie, same movie. This is the Code Red edition of Blue Monkey. Comes with the slipcover. Comes with the alternate cover. You can reverse the cover. Pick this up on eBay. This one was pretty cheap. The Code Red one was cheap. It also has a third cover for Blue Monkey. Have not watched the movie yet, but I will be soon. Steve Railsback is in here, I believe, and I always like movies that he's in. Yeah, Steve Railsback is in there. And there again is the slip. Very nice. And then this one, this is Dark Force. So they are in conjunction with Code Red. They work together. And this one was a little more expensive. I think this cover glows in the dark. It's embossed. It's called Insect. There's Dark Force and Code Red combined. Same movie, just a different cover. This one's still sealed, so I'm not going to open this one up. But I thought that was pretty cool. Not sure why they both released it, but I wanted to grab both just because they're collectible. So I'm going to put this stuff away and we will continue. The next one is a Vinegar Syndrome release. I just got this in the mail today. And this is the Forgotten Giallo Volume 4. So now I do have all 4 of these. Very nice, beautiful box set, as always. I love these. I love the style of this box set. And I love these Giallo movies. In this set, you get Arabella, Black Angel. Haven't opened these yet. It's a movie from 1989. Runs 89 minutes, all region. And you do get the newly scanned and restored 2K film. Let me see here. It looks like it may be in Italian language with English subtitles. Wait. Features both original Italian language and optional English dub. So you can watch it in English dub. So that's cool. You get the Sister of Ursula. And this is a movie from 1978. I find that the movies from the 60s and 70s, to me, are better than the movies from like the 80s and 90s. Especially the 90s. So you get a 4K scan, commentary track, and you get English subtitles. So this one probably, more than likely, is in Italian language only. And the last one is called The Killer Is Still Among Us. That's a pretty cool cover and a pretty cool title, actually. And this is a movie from 1986. And you get a 4K scan, commentary track, and it looks like English subtitles. So this is more than likely Italian language. So you get The Killer Is Still Among Us, the sister of Ursula, and Arabella, Black Angel, in this beautiful box. Next, I have a little stack of Disney Blu-rays, and these two were from the Disney Movie Club. This was the choice of the month for January, and this is the 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray and digital code of Ron's Gone Wrong. I have not seen this movie yet. They're calling this the Ultimate Collector's Edition. So, don't know anything about the movie. It looks pretty cool. I do collect the Disney stuff. Comes with a nice slipcover, nice glossy slip. And I don't really need to pull that out. We'll just keep moving. Also, Big Hero 6 on 4K. I do have this on Blu-ray. I do like this movie. I've seen it before. They're calling this the Ultimate Collector's Edition as well. You get the 4K Ultra HD, the Blu-ray, and a digital code. They had a deal. These two came together as the Disney Movie Club Choice of the Month for January, and I think the two together were $45, which seems like a lot, but if you consider the fact that it's two 4K and Blu-rays with slipcovers, I think that's a pretty reasonable price. You know, about $22, $23 a piece. I think that's very fair. So I did not mind springing for that one. I actually did order that. Once they told me that was the choice of the month, I accepted it. And then I picked this up on eBay. This is a Target exclusive for Beauty and the Beast. This is the anniversary edition. I thought this looked beautiful when I saw it. It's sold out on Target, but you could still get it on eBay for a reasonable price. These haven't been jacked up in price by any means, not yet anyway. So if you're on the fence about this, or maybe you didn't even know about it and you think it looks pretty cool, you can go to eBay and pick this up pretty cheap, pretty reasonable, considering that it is sold out. And you get a Blu-ray, DVD, and digital code, and you also do get the limited edition filmmaker gallery and storybook. They don't do the digibooks anymore, but it's the next best thing, I guess. It comes with a book on the inside, a little hardcover book. I'm not going to open this. It's going to stay as a collector's piece. But yeah, I wanted to grab that while it was still cheap. It looks really cool. I like the way that looks. So, all right, we will look at the vinyl records that I picked up. There's a couple of those, and then we will look at the American Werewolf in London figure. And I forgot, I did get a mask. I think I said that earlier, but then I forgot about it again. I picked up a Texas Chainsaw Massacre mask. It's very unique. You guys got to stick around and check this out. So getting into the records, vinyl records here, I'm very picky when it comes to picking up vinyl for the collection because they do take up a lot of space. You have to have a good place to store these records, and they can pile up pretty quick because they're pretty cheap. So you can get a stack of them for almost nothing. But I try to pick up the ones that I really like, or the ones that I feel like are collectible for me anyway. And anytime I see a Disney Productions record, I'll grab it. As long as it's in good condition. It has to be in good condition. It has to be complete. And what I mean by that is a lot of these Disney production records come with a 12-page book on the inside of the gatefold. And if it doesn't have the book, I'll leave it behind. If it's incomplete, I don't really want it for my collection. But these are really nice editions, and this is from the official Disneyland records. And this one's called the Small One, and it does have the 12-page book. I put it in plastic, these Mylar sleeves, just to protect them. I'm not going to take it out. But yeah, this is a really nice edition. Glad to have this in the collection. It's in good condition. The Small One. There's another Disney record called Mother Goose Nursery Rhymes with Sterling Holloway. Treasury of the Best Loved Songs and Poems, and you can see the titles here on the back. And these are in really good condition, considering this is from 1964, the Mother Goose one. And I would reckon that this one's probably about the same. This one's from 63, the small one. So yeah, these records are 60 years old, man. They're in really good condition. And then this is a childhood favorite of mine, Oliver. This is the good Oliver. There's been many different renditions of this movie over the years. This was one that my mother introduced to my brother and myself when we were kids. And it's just been a childhood favorite of mine ever since. This is the Oliver with Oliver Reed in the movie. Oliver Reed is one of my favorite actors of all time. He was just completely wacky. He was a great actor, but he had a little problem with the sauce, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, he was a great actor. This kid here, Mark, I don't remember his name offhand. He was a good little actor in the movie. I mean, the little kid can sing. He had a really high voice. Let's see if we can. His name was Mark Lester. You can see Oliver Reed played Bill Sykes. And Jack Wilde was the Artful Dodger. And this is a great movie. There's the Artful Dodger right there. And it looks like this was probably like a library copy at one time, because it comes in this really nice thick plastic sleeve. There you can see Oliver Reed. He was a great actor. I really enjoy Oliver Reed and just about everything that he's ever done. There's Jack Wilde. He was great in the movie too. But yeah, I was very glad to pick this up for 99 cents. All of these records were 99 cents a piece. And I picked up the soundtrack for a few dollars more, and other motion picture themes by Leroy Holmes and his orchestra. I thought that was pretty cool. Grab that for $1. You can see some of the tracks there. And then the last one is this kind of a box set here. It's called Hollywood Yesterday, The Years to Remember. There were several different box sets that came together in like one big set. This was number 5 of the set. And it's just, I think it's 3 records if I remember. And it just has some of Hollywood's best songs. This one was a little kind of dingy too. It was, so I pull that out with one hand. There was a little bit of, I don't know, gunk there, and I tried to clean it up, but it was so old that it was starting to peel already. But you get Artie Shaw, Bing Crosby, Lawrence Welk, Tommy Dorsey, Bob Hope, Guy Lombardo, some of the biggest names in Hollywood from back in the, I would say probably the 50s, maybe even 40s. And it says it has newsreel theater about World War II, over 50 actual historic broadcasts of events that altered the course of World War. So I thought that was pretty cool for 99 cents. I picked it up. All right, that was it for the records. I'm going to kind of put some stuff away here, and then we will get into the American Werewolf in London figure. All right, so I guess we can say we saved the best for last. I guess this is probably one of my favorite pickups over the past month, and that is An American Werewolf in London, the Ultimate Kessler Wolf. Comes in this really thick box here. I think these are pretty hard to find, and they're going for pretty good money on secondary markets already. I pre-ordered this one, and it just arrived a couple days ago. So I'm not sure why they're so expensive now, but maybe people are just being impatient. I don't know, but that's what the wolf looks like. That is a great image of the wolf right there. And then it does come with an alternate head with the mouth just gaping wide open, ready to kill. And this wolf scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. It's probably my first real frightening scene watching a movie by myself. It's really nice addition. I'm an inbox collector, and I've always been that way. No, it's not because I think they're going to be worth money. I just like to keep them nice and neat and pristine, and I don't want to lose any accessories and stuff like that. They're very hard to clean when they get dusty. But with that said, I may open this up and display it. Look at that mouth, man. That is beautiful. What a nice piece. I'll read about it here on the back really quick. It says, David and Jack, two American college students, are backpacking through Britain when a large wolf attacks them. David survives with a bite, but Jack is brutally killed. As David heals in the hospital, he's plagued by violent nightmares of his mutilated friend, who warns David that he is becoming a werewolf. When David discovers the horrible truth, he contemplates committing suicide before the next full moon causes him to transform from man to a murderous beast. I think that scene when they were walking through the moor at night, the foggy moor, everything, that whole scene was such a beautiful scene. And when David and Jack were attacked by the wolf shredded Jack to pieces. They were wearing like these puffy down jackets. If I remember right, Jack was wearing like a red one, like a red puffy, almost kind of like a ski jacket. It was like really puffy with down or whatever was inside the jacket. And the werewolf just started shredding Jack, and David turned and ran. So those two things combined just blew my mind as a child watching this. I couldn't believe, first of all, that the werewolf attacked Jack and was mutilating him, just destroying him. He was taking him apart bone by bone, basically. And David turned and ran, and I guess in my mind, I couldn't believe that a friend left the other friend, and that terrified me just as much as the wolf attack. But I still love that movie to this day, and this figure is beautiful. I'm probably going to take this out and display it somewhere, because in this package, even though it does have the kind of like the little gatefold and it's already displayed, it's not really going to do any good sitting in there like that. You're not going to get the full feel of that, how terrifying that wolf really was. This is the kind of piece that is definitely, I'm going to switch that head out. I love that. That head right there is phenomenal. That is something to behold right there. That is amazing. Oh, that one's, don't get me wrong, that one's beautiful too. But that is just terrifying right there. And this is the kind of piece that needs to be out in the open and displayed. My room's a little messy right now, guys. Bear with me on that. But I may stick the wolf right in the middle between Freddy and Jason right there. But yeah, this is a really nice piece. I'm glad that I picked it up. Let me know if you guys had a chance to pick it up. And we're going to go now to the last item, which is a mask from one of my favorite remakes or reboots from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So stick around for that. Okay, I'm going to try to get in here and get this the best that I can. I'm sure that my camera angles are not going to do this mask justice. First of all, this was done by a special effects artist in Italy. I imported this. And this is a very thick, rubbery latex. And it has the feel like it would be fleshy. I put the mask on this mannequin head because it just came as like a flayed face. This is from the, I believe, what was it, 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot. The one with Jessica Biel. And in that movie, her boyfriend's name was Kemper. And there's a scene in the movie where Leatherface kills Kemper and takes his mask, or takes his face off and wears it as a mask. And I'm going to leave that link down below. It's just a short clip you can see of Leatherface wearing this mask. Not this exact mask. This is a replica. But it's a beautiful piece. The eyebrows and the mustache and the beard are all put into the mask. They're not glued on. And like I say, the mask is beautiful in person. It doesn't look as good when I'm looking at it here through my phone, my camera phone. And I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it on that mannequin head. I don't know if it really looks the best. But yeah, that is a great piece. If you guys remember Kemper from the movie, he had that kind of little goatee and mustache, and it's a really nice piece. It's very fleshy, has like a cool feel to it. It's pretty thick. You can see that the artist did a really good job with that. It was well worth the wait. I ordered this off Etsy, like I was saying, from a special effects artist in Italy. Let me know what you guys thought of my pickups for the past month. What do you think of the mask? If you watched all the way through, comment with hashtag Kemper. That will let me know that you guys watched all the way through, and I'm going to leave a link so you can see that scene from the movie. It's pretty amazing. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I always appreciate the support you guys give me with thumbs up and comments and just the views, everything. I appreciate all that stuff. So for Miss Hannah and Miss Heidi, I want to wish you guys a good day, night, whenever time you are watching this, and take care. I will see you soon. Goodbye.